In Northern California, on December 20th, 1968, a young couple is parked on a quiet lover's lane. A figure approaches their car and opens fire. 6 months later, it happens again to another couple in another parking lot. But this time, the killer does something unprecedented. He writes 2 newspapers in code, claiming credit and calling himself the Zodiac. The killer who would taunt an entire nation with his ciphers, the Zodiac Killer remains one of America's most infamous unsolved cases. Between 1968 and 1969, he attacked 7 people in the San Francisco Bay Area. 5 died and 2 survived. But in his letters, he claimed to have killed as many as 37 people, a number police could never confirm. What made the Zodiac legendary wasn't just the killings, it was the letters. Starting in August 1969, he sent cryptograms to 3 major newspapers. Each letter contained 1/3 of a 408-character cipher, with a chilling demand: publish the codes on the front page, or he would kill again. The newspapers complied, and within a week, a school teacher named Donald Hardin and his wife Betty cracked it. The message was just rambling madness about his victims becoming slaves in the afterlife. It gave no name, no motive. This was only the beginning. The Zodiac would send more letters and more ciphers, with some remaining a mystery for decades. After murdering a taxi driver named Paul Stein, the Zodiac sent a letter with a piece of the victim's bloodstained shirt as proof. In it, he threatened to shoot children on a school bus. The threat was taken seriously, and police presence increased around schools. The attack never happened. Was he bluffing, or did the police deter him? The confirmed murders stopped, but the letters continued until 1974. The Zodiac sent at least 20 letters in total, and each one was intensely analyzed for clues, but he remained a ghost. The ciphers became the main focus, especially the 340-character cipher known as Z340. It was far more complex than the first, and for 51 years, it stumped cryptographers, becoming a holy grail for codebreakers. The Zodiac was playing a game with the police and the public. He reveled in the fear and the attention. He was intelligent, organized, and left few clues. Witness descriptions varied, fitting thousands of men in California at the time. Police investigated over 2,500 suspects, including a man named Arthur Lee Allen, but DNA evidence eventually excluded him. For decades, the list of suspects grew, but none were ever conclusively identified. Then, in December 2020, a team of amateur codebreakers did the impossible. Using modern algorithms, David Orenchuk, Sam Blake, and Jarl Van Eyck cracked the Z340 cipher. After 51 years, the message was decoded. It read, "I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber because it will send me to paradise all the sooner, ... double quotes, misspellings and all." It was more of the same taunting, offering no real clues about his identity. The cipher was solved, but the mystery of who the Zodiac was and why he stopped killing remained. In 2021, a group of investigators called the Casebreakers claimed they had identified the Zodiac as a house painter named Gary Francis Post, who died in 2018. However, law enforcement agencies rejected their claims, stating the evidence was circumstantial. The case officially remains unsolved, but hope is not lost. In 2023, it was revealed that advances in genetic genealogy, the same technique that caught the Golden State Killer, were being applied to DNA samples from the Zodiac's letters. This technique builds family trees from DNA databases and has already solved dozens of cold cases. Could it finally unmask the Zodiac? The investigation is still active, with the FBI and local police departments considering it an open case. The Zodiac was meticulous and intelligent. He likely had a military background, knew the Bay Area well, and enjoyed the psychological game he was playing. He remains unknown. The Zodiac case is troubling because it shows that an intelligent, organized killer can get away with it, challenging our belief that justice is always served. The ciphers added a fascinating layer, showing a killer who was not just violent, but intellectual. He changed how serial killers are perceived, demonstrating how they can manipulate the media and turn their crimes into a public spectacle. But amid the mystery and the codes, we must remember the victims. David Faraday, Betty Lou Jensen, Darlene Ferrin, Cecilia Shepard, and Paul Stein. They deserve to be remembered not just as Zodiac victims, but as people whose futures were stolen. Who do you think the Zodiac Killer was? One of the known suspects? Or someone who was never on the radar? Comment your thoughts below. If this cryptographic mystery fascinated you, leave a like, subscribe to MyC Mysteries, and turn on notifications. Share this with anyone interested in unsolved true crime. Save this video, because some killers are never caught, and some mysteries may never be fully solved. This is MyC Mysteries, where curiosity meets the unknown. We'll see you in the next mystery.